Hello everybody, I am Jedi Jack Penguin and welcome back to another LEGO Ideas review. So today we're going to be looking at set number 21336, The Office. This set includes 1,164 pieces, retailing for $119.99. That's with a $20 price increase, by the way, when it released October 1st of 2022. It's finally happening. We have LEGO The Office. Now, I want to think that I am the one who brought this into existence. By that I mean, when this actually got accepted, I was halfway through watching the show for the very first time. Hopefully I'm able to remember a lot of these references. So many minifigures in this set, 15 in total, which is absolutely amazing. Of course, there will be characters that are missing, and I know a lot of people have pointed out that there are some missing characters, but I think this is something that LEGO could actually make an expansion on, and it will sell very well, just like the Friends apartment. No doubt that was something that was on LEGO's mind when they first released this set, though of course another thing to consider is that LEGO did go all out by including most of the cast already, just in case this was a one and done situation. Now looking at the box art as a whole, we get that black box art as this is an 18+ set. We get a really interesting sort of like tannish gold greebling lining the bottom of this set. You get the Office LEGO logo. This is the 44th ever LEGO Ideas product, which is really crazy to see that we're growing in number for that theme. From the back, you can take a look at some of our characters interacting throughout the office. So many different references also spotted down here, your measurements, some LEGO Ideas information, and we have push tabs on a $120 set. Why, LEGO? Why did you put push tabs on this set? Well, since LEGO did provide us with these push tabs, might as well use them. And open up the set. Included in the box, you get a total of 10 numbered bags to build this set, in addition to 2 sticker sheets and an instruction booklet. Yes, you heard that right. We have 2 sticker sheets for this set, and looking at some of these stickers, it looks like most of them go on a lot of 2x2 to 2x3 and 1x2 tile pieces, which is really scary just looking at all of these stickers, though of course it just had to be done because otherwise they'd be spending too much money on some of these prints, and it's really great to see a lot of these different references in here, which I'll talk more about when we actually go through the building. We also happen to get another sticker sheet which features some clear background stickers, which I typically really hate when LEGO does this because they could get stuff on the back of them if they're not applied correctly. But it's good to see that they did actually make 2 separate sticker sheets, so then not all of the stickers get affected if there are any problems with these clear background stickers. Now moving on to the instruction manual, looks like we have an office desk with a few supplies and some Dunder Mifflin Paper Company paper. I really like that they include that from the front, makes it a unique type of design compared to what they're doing with most of their regular sets these days. From the back, it looks like this might have been upside down. I don't know why, it's just so weird the way that they did that. We have the office. This might even actually be the real front of the booklet now that I think of it, because we actually have the picture of the set. Little file folder with Dunder Mifflin. Really interesting to see that they just have that as like a permanent marker. I don't know if there's like a license or something they had to do for that. We have some information about paper bags if the set actually gets affected with that. That would be next year in 2023 with the next run of the set. We have some information about the office, I suppose, as we move forward throughout. You can pause and read this if you are interested in reading it. Of course, there is the better option of actually getting the set yourself if you want to read this on your own time. And of course, to make this mass producible, LEGO decides to print these in various different languages. Some information about the fan designer, and a picture of them with their original submission up here, where you can see a lot more characters that were included in there. And then the actual designers from LEGO for this set. And that brings us to the final overall model, or the bag distribution for this set. Now from the back, you get your piece count, as per usual, and another additional page leading on to your win information, and some stuff about LEGO Ideas in general. and the actual final overall model for this set. To start off our minifigure selection, first we might as well start with the boss, Michael Scott, who is brand new and exclusive to this set just like every other character. You get 2 brand new prints, one for the torso piece and one for the facial expression. I do want to note right off the bat that the torso piece does happen to come on another minifigure in this set, that being Creed, which very much confused me that there are 2 characters in this set wearing the same exact outfit. We'll have another instance of that later on in the video. But just looking at the rest of this figure's design, I think LEGO did a really nice job. No leg printing or arm printing necessary, of course, for pretty much all of the figures within this set. You get a pretty classic sort of suit for Michael in that dark blue color, where you also get some printing from the back of the torso, and that double-sided facial expression, which, as I said, is exclusive, one with a very nice open mouth smirk where you can see his tongue sticking out, and then one where he looks a little bit more unhappy. I really love how they captured a lot of the facial expressions within this set, and the hairpiece is nothing special. We saw that introduced with the 2012 Robin from DC Superheroes, but nevertheless a really nice hairpiece to get with this figure. And we also happen to get a stickered accessory on this 2x4 tile piece, where we have a $340 giant check for science, which I absolutely love that. Again, there are just so many stickers within this set, which is really unfortunate, but they just had to do it in order to get a lot of the exclusive prints that you'll see on the minifigures, and we do also happen to get a few exclusive prints within the set itself. Next up, we have assistant to the regional manager, Dwight Schrute, who I think turned out absolutely amazing. Again, we get some exclusive prints for both the torso and the facial expression. It comes with one accessory of this 1x2 tile with another sticker accessory, which is one Schrute buck, which I also really love that they included that as a reference. That's another one that I think a lot of fans will really enjoy. There are just so many references in the set, and I might as well note that I will not be able to catch all of them, as I have watched the show only once before, and that was even a year ago from now. But again, I really love the attention to detail here when it comes to the outfits, where you get the printing from the front and the back of the torso, just a few lines to round it out, and a double-sided facial expression, which I think works very well for Dwight, where you have an unhappy look from the front with his glasses, and you can see a little bit of his sideburns printed on there as well. And then from the other side you have a slight smirk, which I guess also works very well for his character. And we also have a recolor of the hairpiece that we saw introduced with Professor Flitwick, but now inside that regular brown instead of the dark brown that we saw with his figure. Moving right along, we have Jim Halpert, for the very first time in LEGO form, rocking his Season 1 haircut, which is a brand new recolor of that particular hairpiece in brown. Really neat. I expect people will like using that on sig figs and such. You also get an exclusive print for the torso and facial expression, and just like Michael Scott, the torso piece does happen to appear on another figure within the set, Ryan, who we'll be looking at shortly. Now when it comes to Jim's minifigure, we happen to get one accessory of this 1x2 tile print for a letter, which is nothing special. We've seen this many times in LEGO form. Came out back in 2018, that particular print. You get the regular blue shirt and tie from the front, and you can spin them right around, take a look at a few extra lines to define his character. And just like a lot of other characters in this set, we do happen to get a double-sided facial expression, one with a very nice smirk, and you can spin that right around to see an unhappy look. You just turn your face to the camera. I really love both the facial expressions for this figure. Really well done. Again, one thing that I do just have to note is when it comes to reusing torso pieces, it's really annoying, and I also think it would have been nice if they included an alternate hairpiece, just so then we can change it out and give them like maybe another season look like we see for a lot of these other characters. The hairpiece pretty much should stay the same throughout the seasons, but Jim's hair does do a little bit of a change from Season 1 moving forward. Next up, we have Pam Beesly, who features another really amazing accessory, this gift from the White Elephant Christmas, which was floated around this teapot in that sand green, which had a little note in it. I really love that they include this particular reference, and that we're getting the teapot in that color for the second time for this year. You'll also be able to get that piece within the newly released Winter Village set. But looking at the rest of Pam's minifigure, we get this really amazing dual molding for the legs, where you get the blue from the top and then the white from the bottom, where you also get the little bit of flesh tones down there, where you can tell apart the shoes from the pants, which I really love when LEGO makes these particular dual molds. It doesn't look great from the back, but, you know, again, it is what it is, and LEGO did a really nice job in my opinion. You get some extra defining lines from the back, and the printing continued from the front of her outfit with her blouse and everything. Now when it comes to her facial expression, this is a reused facial expression, which you'll also be able to get within a Jurassic World set from 2021, and also reused on the Mary Cattermole minifigure from the Ministry of Magic of this year, so it's nothing that we haven't seen before. So for those of you thinking this is a brand new facial expression, it is not. You get that little smirk from the front, and you can spin it around and see a scared look from the back, but nevertheless, I think it works fine for Pam. I mean, this one, I don't really care for that one. I think the one on the front works a lot better. Hair piece is, it's okay. I mean, I think they could have also made something brand new here, but it's fine. I think it works okay to represent her character. Up next, we have Ryan Howard, who's reusing the same torso piece that you'll end up seeing on Jim. It's really annoying. It's as if these characters gave other characters dressing advice, and I just don't think it works very well. I mean, specifically this torso piece, I mean, I guess it's just regular old office attire, so it's pretty much fine. You can probably even switch this out with stuff that you have within your own collection, but again, it just would have been nice to see some exclusive torso pieces to go with both this character and Creed, just to make them a little bit more unique. Though LEGO does go all out by giving us a brand new facial expression for Ryan, one of which, where he doesn't look too happy, but when you spin it right around, you can see that he all of a sudden sprouted a bunch of stubble on his chin, which I actually really love that they included this as like a reference to when he actually started like trying to grow a beard or something to, I don't know, just make him look a little bit more impressive as he was running the company, sort of, in a sense. I don't really remember too much. But anyways, it's really cool to see that they also included this facial expression. Again, both of these faces on this figure I think will work very well on people's sig figs. And we also happen to get a small accessory of this 1x2 tile print of a phone, which is nothing special. We've seen this before. It was introduced back in 2021. Angela Martin also happens to come with a stickered 2x4 tile accessory, that being another one of those gifts from the White Elephant exchange, I believe, or at least that's what I remember of this portrait of these two babies playing the saxophone, which I think is also a really neat reference. It is unfortunate that we don't actually get the accounting side of the office, so I mean, there's really nowhere to actually put this. It's just a hand accessory, but removing it and looking at the rest of her figure, you get the exclusive print from the front of the torso. I really like the little cat pin. I think that's a nice reference. And you can also take a look at the back with more lines defining her character. Facial expression is nothing special. This is the Tina Goldstein or Jen Erso or Monica from Friend facial expression, where you get an unhappy one from the front, which I think still works in essence. That unhappy look from the front. But this one, I don't really see this as a fitting facial expression for Angela, but I guess it's fine for, I guess, the actor representation. And also, I do have to talk about the hairpiece being in that yellow color. I would much rather them use maybe like a tan hairpiece. I think that might have also worked a little bit better for the styling of her hair. Continuing down the line of accounting, next we have Oscar Martinez, who I think turned out as one of the best figures within the set. You get a brand new torso print as well as a brand new facial expression using one of the new colors for the flesh tone for both the face and the hands that you'll see introduced within, I believe, the Hogwarts Magical Trunk set. So it's really nice to see them start using a lot more of these different flesh tones outside of that particular set. Comes with a 1x1 tile print of a calculator. Since he's part of accounting, I like that he includes that as an accessory. And also the torso piece I think will work very well for people's sig figs outside of the situation, and same thing goes for the facial expression, where you get a very nice smirk from the front. We're gonna spin this around, I don't remember if there's another one. There we go, one with an unhappy look, which I also really love this facial expression for the figure. I think they really captured the actor's face for this figure as well. And you also happen to get the Finn hair piece from back in 2015 from LEGO Star Wars. Finishing up accounting, we have Kevin Malone, who I also think really turned out amazing. I love the brand new facial expression. You also happen to get a new torso print. We get a reuse of that hair-head combo piece, which we saw introduced within the Seinfeld LEGO Ideas set, where I get the printing from the top, just for those extra little hairlines, and you can see all around the dual molding with the flesh tone on the top, and then the black from the sides. You only get the one facial expression due to this hairpiece actually only covering like the top half of the headpiece, so I think it still works fine, though I also would have appreciated them including a facial expression where he actually has an unhappy look for when he drops his garbage can full of chili, which I also really love that they included this reference. You can see inside here we have a few 1x1 pieces, these studs, and also these tiles, which go inside the garbage can to represent the chili. Again, really love the attention to detail, especially getting that piece again within this set. I'm really happy to have that within my collection. Another great actor representation in this set is Stanley Hodson, who I think turned out amazing, including two accessories, one being a pretzel from Pretzel Day, which is really great to see, and also a classic little crossword, which is on one of those book cover pieces in white, which isn't a common color for that particular piece. Again, a stickered piece, which is a little annoying that it isn't printed, but looking at the torso piece, you get a brand new print with that suit and tie style, the dark gray. You can see some defining lines from the back of the torso, and you also happen to get a double-sided facial expression, one where he's sorta eyeing you, and then another one from the other side when you spin it around, where he just doesn't look happy, doesn't want to deal with you there. I love the eyes. And you also happen to get that old Lando hairpiece for his figure, which is a hairpiece that I've never gotten yet in my collection, and I'm really happy to finally have it now. Kelly Kapoor also comes with a lot of really interesting pieces to create her minifigure, in addition to this accessory of a birthday cake, a happy birthday Kelly written on that. I really like that as an included accessory. Again, a sticker on a 2x2 tile on top of a 2x2 plate piece. We also happen to get a little bit of a happy birthday sign within the actual office, which I guess goes well with this accessory. Looking at our overall design, we have these legs in this bright pink purple color, which I believe also came within that one poly bag this year for LEGO Harry Potter and a few other bigger sets, so it's an uncommon color for that particular piece. Torso piece, just like a lot of other figures in this set, brand new and exclusive with the printing from the front. And the back defining lines, new flesh tone color for the hands, and facial expression that was introduced within the Hogwarts magical trunk, though we get a brand new facial expression for Kelly with a nice open mouth smile, and then a smirk from the back, which I really like this facial expression. And you also get this hairpiece, which is pretty common, but it's nice to see return in this set. Phyllis Vance continues the trend with brand new torso and facial expression. She comes with two accessories, one being these chopsticks, which we saw introduced earlier this year within, I believe, LEGO Monkey Kid or one of the Chinese New Year sets, that are representing knitting needles to knit this. I believe it's supposed to be a glove, one of the gloves that she gives out in the White Elephant, which Michael ends up getting, and then he's really unhappy about it, even though it's such a great gift. That is yet another sticker, and that is one with the clear background, which is a little annoying, but I think it turned out fine. It works very well to represent what it's representing. Again, you get that torso print from the front, continued from the back, some other little details. I really love that they do a little bit extra from the top, and you get a double-sided facial expression, one with a very nice smirk, and you can spin it right around. to see another open mouth grin from the other side. As for the hairpiece, that is yet another hairpiece in this set that's rather uncommon, and I'm really happy to get it within this set. Likely the figure I have the most problems with in this set, we have Meredith Palmer, who is reusing parts from pretty much all over the place when it comes to the LEGO Harry Potter theme. First, talking about our accessories, we get a coffee cup, which I guess is nice to get in this set, and then the other one being the bat for that one time when a bat actually got in the office and went all over her face, though we actually don't get that particular part of the office, unfortunately. Now, removing these accessories and looking at the rest of her figure design, the legs were first introduced with Fred and George Weasley back in 2011. Torso piece originated last year within the Hogwarts Wizard chess set celebrating 20 years of LEGO Harry Potter, and now the facial expression and hairpiece are the same exact ones used on the current day Ginny Weasley minifigure from years 4 through 6, so yeah, this figure is just a bunch of reused parts. I don't know what happened. I guess they ran out of budget when they decided to include her in this set, just to get a lot of the main characters done. Honestly, the one thing that I would love to change about this character, if I could change anything, would definitely be the facial expression. I think the hairpiece kinda works, though of course they could have included something different there, and torso piece I guess is fine, but again, I just think that this figure could change a lot, as it is reusing just so many different parts. You also get double-sided facial expression, which I guess that face is okay, but I mean, still, it just doesn't... She looks too young, to be completely honest. I'm sorry. And then you also get printing from the back of the torso, which I guess is also a nice torso piece, but again, it's just... I'm really annoyed with this figure. A lot of these reused parts that just don't really look good together, and also giving us the same sort of, like, hair color that you see for the pants. I just don't like this figure. I think LEGO could have done a much better job on Meredith. Another character who I'm rather happy to see included in the set is Creed Barton, who only gets a brand new facial expression, though the torso is technically exclusive, though you also happen to get it on the boss, Michael Scott. It's, again, very weird they have the same exact torso piece. As for his accessory, which I have no idea what this is. If you know what this is, tell me in the comment section below, because I don't remember what this is, or LEGO just didn't make it right. Spinning around this figure, you get the printing from the front and the back of the torso, no double-sided facial expression because he's technically bald, and I can see this facial expression being used outside the situation because it just looks like a very useful facial expression in my opinion. Well, I guess this set also had to include Toby Flenderson. He includes a camera for his accessory, which I guess is neat. Get an exclusive torso print for his figure. You can see the sort of suit and tie style, different colored legs, and the printing from the back of the torso. Now, the facial expression is not exclusive. It is the facial expression that you'll also get on the Jerry Seinfeld minifigure, so I mean, I guess it works fine for Toby. You know, to be honest, when I first looked at this, I thought it was an exclusive facial expression, but after research, I mean, I think this facial expression actually works very well for Toby. And you also get the same hairpiece that you see on Stanley, but inside that brown color, which was introduced back in 2016 for the Ghostbusters Dimensions story pack. And lastly, we have Daryl Philbin, who's one of the warehouse workers. He comes with another stickered accessory of this 2x2 tile piece, Terry's Diner takeout menu. I don't remember that reference, to be completely honest. Though the actual torso piece for this figure, I wouldn't mind getting a few more, just so then you can create some more warehouse members, as they pretty much all wear the same exact outfit. Really love the torso piece. Could even see people using this outside of the situation, this particular print, which you can see continued from the back with a few extra lines. Facial expression, unfortunately, is not exclusive, but was also used on a minifigure from the Queer Eye set, as well as the most recent Black Panther mech, which is a $10 set, so this facial expression really isn't anything special, with the smirk from the front and the beard. And you can spin it right around and see that there actually is no double-sided facial expression. I thought there was, but you know, it's fine. I guess it's fine. And hairpiece is the same exact one that you'll see on Oscar, which was introduced back in 2015 on the Finn minifigure from LEGO Star Wars. Just for 15 minifigures alone, you have to think this set is amazing, but on top of that, you actually happen to get most of the actual office, which I think turned out really amazing. We're gonna do a quick spin around of that, so you can just take a quick look all around. You can see that we have this main open area for the workers. We have the little conference room. We have Michael's office, which you can actually disconnect from the whole situation from the back here, which we'll show in more detail as the first thing that we look at. And we have the actual small little outside area, which allows you to enter the main workplace, where we get another sticker with the Dunder Mifflin Paper Company logo. Now, spinning us to the back side of the office, we're going to start by taking a look at Michael Scott's office, which you can actually slide out of the situation. You get these little grooves, which this is actually a brand new recolor for this particular piece in the sand green. You can slide that in and out, which I really love that if you just want to display certain sections or just give a closer look at Michael's office, as it is fully enclosed within here compared to everything else, where you can see there's a little bit of an open space where you can see everything. So pushing this back and taking a look at Michael's office, there's a lot to unpack within this set. Just so many stickers for like the posters and pictures and everything. We have a reference to the golden ticket right there, which I think is really amazing. We get a lot of these stickers for the telephones, but this one is actually different compared to all of them because we have a message from Jen, or Jan is calling, which I absolutely love that. We get one of those Dundee Awards over here. We have a print for the world's best boss mug, which I absolutely love that they include that. Another exclusive print within this set are for the keyboards, which you can actually see are black in this set compared to the typical white keyboards that we get in a lot of sets. You can see that also within the actual rest of the building. I also do have to point out the mouse when it comes to this set, being this curved 1x1 tile. That's a pretty uncommon color for this particular piece. And then looking at the monitors, all of these have different stickers on them, which is really amazing that LEGO went all out to customize just pretty much everybody's desk and their computer screens and give them all a different personality. You can see that Michael's listening to some sort of music. Honestly, when building this, I vaguely remember the scene that this was from, so it's really amazing to see just all of these different references. You have some chairs for the workers and also a chair for Michael Scott. You can also see that you have some drawers in his desk, which I'm going to pull out real quickly. So we can take a look inside. Top drawer doesn't have anything, but the bottom drawer has this 1x2 tile sticker, which looks to be somewhat of a drawing for one of his films or something, maybe like when he was designing one of the posters or something. I think that's really neat. And also underneath his desk he has a piece of poop, the poop piece, in order to represent that one time where somebody said that they pooped in his office. Another really interesting piece to note is this print of the world, which most recently came within the Marvel Sanctum Sanctorum direct-to-consumer. Really love that they print all around that. You can see the globe. Very easy way to represent that in a small scale. You can see some stickers on the windows for the blinds. And again, just so many different references, like this plant in the background and his degree and everything. And even this I really love to see inside Michael's office. Just so many things going on. It's really amazing, the attention to detail within this particular set. Now, bringing this back, as I said, we do have like these grooves in order to actually connect this to the main build. And you can also see from the front, and I also have to note, when you are spinning this around, this will actually love to fall off very nice and easily, so you want to tip it a little bit this way. You can see the front door to Michael's office, and also the blinds, one of them fully down and one up a little bit. Of course, if you want to, you can pop out some of these and switch them around, as they are the same exact piece, just with different stickers in order to change up the situation if you want to, which I really love that inclusion. Now moving right along to the reception desk, I'm going to try and show this to the best of my ability. We're going to go down a little bit and take a look at this like sort of front area where you sort of enter the door into the office building. You can see that we have this little window frame area which happens to have a fire extinguisher. I guess someone from the Marvel team sneaked that in somehow. We also happen to get a little couch and a little chair right outside Michael's office, another little potted plant. I really love this reference of the drawing that Pam did of the office building. That's a really amazing inclusion in this set. We also happen to get this 4x4 tile piece, which this is a brand new piece that LEGO's starting to put in a lot of different sets. We get it for the very first time, or actually second time, within that color. We saw it in the LEGO Super Mario set for the Goomba figure, so that's really neat. We have a no smoking sign, of course, because we're indoors. A few different degrees and stuff and awards for Pam. This is sort of like Pam's little area, where we also happen to have a little coat rack area where we have a bag, one of those Indiana Jones bags, that umbrella in black, another small bag in there, which you actually can't really see too well. I'm gonna try and lift this. You know, I just don't want anything to fall because the bag over there and the umbrella are very much loose. And same thing for the pen right there, that purple pen, which I don't know why they can't make that in other colors. That was introduced in LEGO Friends. We have a sticker for reception, little bowl for like the M&Ms and stuff that Pam had on her desk. I really love that. Again, we get the same sticker to represent the phone for pretty much everybody across the office except for Michael. You can see we get a special computer screen there, which I can't really tell what's going on. There we go. I removed Michael's office. This makes it way easier and a great view of the reception desk. Get another little seat, same sort of keyboard and mouse situation for everybody across the board, little lamp, just so many stickers. You get a little compartment over here that you can lift up. I believe that's supposed to represent a filing cabinet of some type. You get some more drawers off to the side. Not sure if there's anything in them, doesn't look like it. A few books or just various pamphlets and folders and such, which you can also see from the other side. As I've said multiple times within this video, it is unfortunate that they weren't able to actually create the entirety of the office, because we actually stop at a point where we're supposed to see the accounting desks over here, though we only get a few small references, one of which inside here is this little baby cat, which if I can get it out, there we go. We have this dark gray baby cat, which was introduced earlier in the year in LEGO City. I really love getting this within the set. This is a little cat for Angela to have, and the one that she throws up into the ceiling in that one episode. Really interesting that they decided to include that, and also just such an odd place to have a cat within an office. You can open this up. There's nothing in here. I don't think there's anything inside these drawers. I think they're just for show. We're gonna open them anyways. There you go. Dunder Mifflin paper. I love that. And a few more just various books and folders and such. And I do have to note that we use the flesh tone color quite a few times, the regular light flesh tone color, which I don't really like LEGO using that in sets if it's not just for minifigure parts. Like, it's okay them using that inside the giant buildable Harry and Hermione set, though in a set like this I just don't think it's right for them to be using a flesh tone color, and especially like inside that most recent modular building, it's just so weird to see the flesh tone color used as a regular color as if it's a building or something. I mean, it's interesting, but again, it's just so weird to see stuff like that. Next, we have the copy machine, which you can actually open this up and copy something in there. I love that they include this. This is a great reference. I can even see people using a lot of the different builds inside here outside of the situation, like the couch and chairs and some of these office desks and the computers. Lots of really interesting building techniques. Moving on to this sort of section cubicle area, we have the two desks for Jim and Dwight. We also happen to get a little bookshelf at the end over here, which features another brand new and exclusive print for this set on this dome piece in that translucent yellowish green, the stapler in the Jell-O, which I think is amazing. I love that they included this. I'm happy that it's printed and not stickered. I don't know how they'd be able to sticker this, but there you go. Love that they include this little potted plant area. This was also when we didn't actually have another desk over there, since we didn't have any of the other characters who joined later on in the other seasons included in this set. Also, because it's just way too annoying to pull out, behind here you may see a slight glimmer of a sword hilt. There's a sword hidden underneath all of these boxes between Dwight's desk and all of these other just boxes, no better word for them. It's really cool to see that LEGO did actually go out of their way to hide weapons in this set. Like if we open one of these, I believe, not the bottom one, but the top one, we happen to have a shuriken, which was introduced in LEGO Ninjago in Dwight's desk. Absolutely love that. Really hilarious that they decided to include that. Looking at the rest of Dwight's desk, we have a little advertisement on the computer for Shroot Farms, which is really nice. You have his little action figure there. You also happen to get his name tag. He's the only one to actually get that, other than, I guess, we get the little reception title for Pam over there. We have another phone, and the same sort of computer setup that you'll see for a lot of other characters. I'm gonna remove Michael's desk again so we can take a better look down here. There we go, we have Jim's desk, which I don't think there's anything too exciting. Maybe we actually do have one small reference. I don't know if it's in this one. There we go. We have the one ring to rule them all. This isn't a Lord of the Rings reference placed near Dwight's desk, but this is actually the ring that you can give to Jim in order to propose to Pam, which is absolutely amazing that they included that as a reference. Get a little light over here, and also another little circular thing. You can place the pen that you have over here if you want, and you also happen to get a different sticker for the computer setup. Or actually, now that I think of it, it looks like Jim may actually be messaging Pam, because you can see they are sort of like having a chat going on between their computers. That is actually really amazing. I didn't notice that until now. Really great. Now on to this other side of cubicles, we get another one of these little shelves with various objects on it, and then from the very top we actually have a reference that I wasn't expecting to see them include, but it's really interesting to see how they did it. This is supposed to represent the Homer Simpson within the office, which of course we don't get any print, we just get the plain yellow baby head, and also the colors to represent sort of like his shirt and his pants there as this miniature Homer Simpson. I think it's really amazing that they were able to do that, though it is unfortunate that we weren't actually able to get any prints or anything to make it specify that this was really Homer Simpson. This is just like, I guess, a loose reference just to show that they know it's there, but they probably can't do it because Disney said no. Additionally, we get this little support for the office, which I think is really nice that they decided to include that there, as well as including one over here. We can see Phyllis's desk over here, where you can see that she's looking at Vance refrigeration, which I love that they include that as a reference. Another small phone over here. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It's maybe like a perfume or something. We have some more papers and such. Again, using the flesh tone. I don't think there's anything inside her drawers. Just double check. Nope. Can move over here. I believe this is supposed to be Ryan's desk, where we have a reference that I'm not really too sure about. Don't really remember what's going on there on his computer. Ooh, we have, I think this is the 5 cents tile. Yeah, we get the 5 cents tile inside that bottom drawer. Nothing up here. A little mug, same sort of setup right there with the phone and everything, though we also happen to get like this car thing. I'm not sure what's going on there. Again, don't really remember off the top of my head. And then lastly, we have Stanley's desk, which doesn't include anything inside here, I believe. Nope. And same sort of setup there, and we actually have the regular Dunder Mifflin Paper Company website, which goes to show that he's pretty much the only one who's actually working in the office right now, which I think is hilarious. Now moving on to the last section over here, we have the main conference room where we can also see we have like this little dial thing over here. I'm not actually sure what this is. I believe this is maybe like playing around with like the heater and stuff, but I'm not sure. Again, we also happen to get a hole in the wall, which Lego does actually provide you with this 1x2 brick in order to replace that if you don't want to have the hole in the wall. This is to represent the reasoning as to why Andy is not included in the office set. He's off doing anger management as he punched a hole in the wall. Absolutely love that they included that reference. We have the door to the conference room, same sort of sticker situation that you'll see from the front of Michael's office, and a few extra little details. Also interesting to see like this little fire flame thing. Not sure that's safe to be included in here. Definitely would like to just remove that at the moment, or just get rid of the flame, because that is not safe within this building. Quick cut in, I do have to appreciate Lego making a stapler in this way with that 1x2 plate piece, as well as that slope from the very top. I think that's a really clever design for a stapler. Really amazing to see that included in this set. Now on to this final area, which we actually happen to get a few extra tile pieces to mess around with this room. One of which up here we have It's Your Birthday, which you can actually switch out with a reference that I actually don't really remember very much, but Diversity Day Take Two, which I vaguely remember, but again, I just don't really remember. I don't really remember it that much, and I'm really interested, and it's weird to see Lego include that because I don't know if they did any jokes in there that may have been too inappropriate, though of course this is an 18+ set, so I think it's fine that they include that. Get those 2 studs. I'm gonna keep it. It's Your Birthday. We're gonna stick with keeping it as Kelly's birthday, and the party club will put something together in there. But when it comes to the rest of the setup, we have a bunch of chairs where you can sit your characters. We have this little easel, which features a paper board, which is probably Dunder Mifflin type paper. We have a pyramid scheme drawn out, which I think is really interesting. I also have to point out the way that this is built, using this shield piece and the stamp piece down here. It's also really interesting to see the candle piece being used in that dark gray. I believe that's a new recolor for this set, as well as getting these pieces from the bottom of the easel in the dark gray color. Those are brand new for this particular set. Now, something that you can do with this particular build-up is actually remove this 2x4 tile piece with the sticker and replace it with another one, where you can see we have Don't Bother Luke, which I honestly don't remember this reference either, but I know that people will probably enjoy it, as it is something that fans who have watched the show more than once will very much enjoy. Now lastly, from the very back over here, you can see that we have this little DVD player, and which happens to have a VHS on top of it, that printed 1x2 tile, which we've seen many times. A little picture back here, but we also happen to have a little TV, which you can remove from the situation. One of my favorite sticker references in this set, that being this small little insert DVD screen, which you get this blank black screen with the little DVD logo. I absolutely love that. As someone who likes physical media over streaming and stuff, it's just really amazing to see them include that. You can also remove this 2x3 tile piece, and you have 2 more options for different stickers that you can actually place on here, which again, I'm going to mention that I don't really remember these references, though these are very likely from films that Michael shot and shared with The Office. We have this one, which looks to be taking place at Dunder Mifflin Paper Company. We have this guy who's getting a pizza slapped in his face. This might even be Michael, just with a different hairpiece, might I add, and place that on there. Or we have this one, which I actually think is more recognizable, where you have both Michael and Dwight rapping or something. I remember them rapping in this scene. Again, it's really funny to see all of these different references. Some of them are slightly coming back to me, but at the same time, I know people who have watched this show more than once, and most of them will very much get a lot of these different references within this set. So overall, for $120, is this set worth it? I mean, if you're a fan of The Office, you will not be disappointed in this set, though I do have to mention again that there are a few characters who I think people may have wanted to see in this set who didn't end up appearing. I have no doubt if this sells well that LEGO will end up making an expansion to the set, though then again, looking at it the way it is now, we don't see any Technic connections in order to premise that there could be an expansion. Like, I would think they'd want to go this way, maybe they'd like to go that way, maybe we could see a CMF in another 2 years, though more likely another 18 plus set. I do have to stress that 15 minifigures in a $120 set is something that I think LEGO should be doing more of, even if some of these minifigures do end up reusing facial expressions and even torso pieces twice within the one set. I know some people will get annoyed at that, but I think looking at the set the way it is and just looking at the amount of figures that we got and the amount of details, most of which being stickered, which I know people will not like as well, but just looking at what we got in this set, I think a lot of people will be very happy, especially those who have watched this show more than once. I've only ever seen it once, so there are a few references in here that I'm not really too familiar with off the top of my head. But still, there's enough references in here that even those who have only seen this show once will be able to look at something and say, wow, I remember that reference, and it's really amazing to see LEGO include it. Like, a lot of these exclusive prints specifically have to point out that stapler and the Jell-O, absolutely amazing to see that included in LEGO form. The golden ticket, Kevin's chili, Stanley's crossword puzzle. I mean, LEGO did an amazing job putting this set together, and I do have to applaud LEGO The Office for creating this set and pushing this up on LEGO Ideas as many times as he did to make this set possible for all of the fans of the show. It kept getting denied time and time again, but now we finally have it, and I think a lot of people are going to be happy with this set once they get it, just due to the sheer amount of hard work that I think LEGO put into making this set the way it is at a cheap, affordable $100 price point, and pretty much most of the location. I think lots of people are really going to be happy with this set. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below what your thoughts are on this set. Also remember to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!